adult star or movie star. I'm just a person making a movie and never really thought of myself as a star. It's not that crazy. The whole idea of sex is not that crazy. Everybody's doing it. It happens every single day, at every second of the day. People like to stay virgins until they're married and believe in love and arranged marriage or love matches and this and that. Hi, I'm Sunny Leone and you're watching BollywoodHungama.com.
Well, we have with us India's latest fantasy, Sunny Leone, who's creating flutter everywhere. A huge pleasure to have you on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
And enjoying all the attention that you're getting. Even when you were not here, you were just all over the place. People were just desperately waiting for you in India.
Yes, well, I'm happy to be back and I'm happy to be here promoting Jism 2 and excited about the movie to come out and waiting to watch it.
Rise up high to the sky.
In fact, there is a weapon of mass destruction and now we have weapon of mass attraction because Sunny Leone is here. In fact, I have to tell you this, before I came for this interview, a colleague of mine called me up from my office and he just asked me that a friend of his, he desperately wants to meet up Sunny anyhow. Is it possible if he can do that? So I did not tell him that I'm coming for this interview because...
He's going to be so jealous.
It's not about being jealous. It's basically, I'm not sure that whether he'll be able to hold himself back. You know, the Indian men, they're just literally thinking about you all the time right now. Have you met any of the common people? Have you interacted with them?
Not here in India just yet. I think when we travel outside of Mumbai, we're going to be meeting fans, and I hope that we get to. I mean, other than the people that are here at the hotel or at the airport, that's as far as I've gone.
Even at the airport, I think when you came the other day, there was quite a response over there as well.
Yes, it was madness.
I spoke to Pooja Bhatt the other day and, I think one of the better aspects of the movie promo so far is that it's not merely about the sexuality and the sensuality. I think the way it has been presented, all the scenes and the music and everything, I think it has a lot of aesthetic appeal to it. Does it make you feel good for your debut in Bombay?
Most definitely. This is a movie as I was making it and I would watch, the rushes I would get to see every so often. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful.
See the color shining from your heart. Are you ready? Hey, my love.
And not only that, the story of this movie is very moving. It's something that I believe people are going to really like. I love the story. I read it over and over and over again, and not just because of my lines.
Right.
I was always dying to get more parts of the script in the beginning. What Pooja did, which was amazing, is she had the script written in English for me to read so that I would understand the whole story properly, and then everything else then was sent to me in Hindi.
You're playing Isna in the film and apparently you're a honey trap in the film. Could you just tell us more about your character in the film?
My character's name is Isna, and I am somebody that was deeply hurt by somebody that she was with, which is a past love. And I go through this destructive path of trying to cure this pain that I have of losing this amazing love that I had for somebody. And in this destructive path, I end up meeting Arun's character. And I then find out about my past love, who's now coming to me in my future, who I thought was dead or gone or is never going to be seen again. So I go through this process of emotional battle within myself of what to do, what's right to do. I know that he's this person in this movie, and Arun then starts falling for me too, and what am I going to do? It's a really hard struggle, and what comes out of the end is the truth, but I can't tell you what's going to happen in the end.
Mera naam Isna hai. I'm a porn star.
There's a dialogue in the film which says that your introduction scene apparently that I'm Isna, I'm a porn star. But apparently I think you don't really like being called a porn star. You want to be called as an adult star. Is that correct?
Well, I like to always say adult actress. I think the word star is what always makes me feel uncomfortable, because what defines somebody as a star? Right. I think that's the only part of it that I always find is weird. Adult star or movie star. I'm just a person making a movie and never really thought of myself as a star.
Right. When we saw you in Big Boss, we saw a very vulnerable side to your personality as well. Someone who was, I think, very sweet at the same time, who can be very, very homely because you were in that house for quite some time. There were other people who were far too, I think, raunchy, and you just handled yourself with a lot of dignity. In that context, is there a certain aspect of Sunny Leone that maybe the world doesn't know yet?
In the show that I was on, I was pretty true to myself and who I was and who I am. Everything that I was doing in my daily life in that house is probably something that I would do other than the tasks, at home, and I think maybe that's what people liked, is that they got to see a side of me that was real and that was maybe just like them. I might have chose a path that they haven't, which is making adult movies or being in adult entertainment, but that doesn't make me that much different from who you are. And I think that's what people saw.
Primarily, your audience is 60% South Asians. That's what I read somewhere. Do you at times feel that we are a country of, I think, second highest population in the world, and I'm sure that we are making a lot of babies and they must be coming out of something, but still we have a lot of taboos. We tend to just brush things under carpet and we just have that holier thou attitude. Do you have this apprehension, or do you feel this of being judged all the time?
I think that this country is ready to move into 2012. And I know that when I meet people on the street, or women email me, or husbands and wives, they email me together and they're asking me questions about their love life or whatever it is. I think that if anything, I give people hope to be able to talk about something openly. It's not that crazy. The whole idea of sex is not that crazy. Everybody's doing it. It happens every single day, at every second of the day, all around the world. And I think that when you open yourself up to being able to talk about different things, you also open yourself up to being safer, or having a better life with your partner, or having, an open relationship with somebody. And I think that's something that's good.
Good. Apparently, you had asked for medical reports of both Arunoday and Randeep before you wanted to just start off. There's a news report that has come in today's newspaper.
Really?
Yeah. Is that correct?
I didn't understand how things work in this world. And in my world, every single person that you're with and you're exchanging any bodily fluids with, you want to know who you're dealing with. And I know that people out there think of the adult entertainment industry as something as being dirty or unsafe or whatever. Adult entertainment in America is probably safer than two people meeting at a bar and going back to their apartment or house and having an intimate night together.
Unsafe sex primarily.
Exactly. Right. You have no idea where that person has been. You don't know what they were doing yesterday or a week before, and that's something that's not openly talked about even in America. You meet somebody at a bar and you say, "So, when's the last time you were tested?" That makes people feel really uncomfortable. For me, it's a first date question, but I think that when you're open about these things and you talk about them, and it just makes everybody more aware. But in this culture,
it's a bit of a taboo. How can you ask that?
No, people like to stay virgins until they're married and believe in love and arranged marriage, or love matches and this and that. So it's a little bit different. I mean, I know for my parents, there was no talk of this because nobody had sex out of being married. Yeah.
Right. Now, when we see the promos of Jism 2, I think the way it's been presented is beautiful. You can't call it vulgar from any way whatsoever. I think it's not cheap at all. And the entire presentation, the choreography, I told Pooja as well that I think all the aspects surrounding it, be it the lighting, be it the set designing, be it the music, I think everything is fantastic. Do you think from this perspective, after having done this, that whatever physical intimacy that you're sharing with your co-stars, somewhere it leaves something to be desired? Maybe everything is not out in the open. Do you somewhere feel that maybe it's beautiful in its own way as well?
Well, I think that any intimate scene, obviously, any intimate scene is going to evoke an emotion.
सब कुछ छोड़ दूंगी तुम्हारे लिए. मुझे तुम्हारा वही प्यार फिर से चाहिए कबीर.
And as a viewer, when you're watching it, that's what you're there to see, whether it's two people fighting or crying or having an intimate scene. You're there to evoke an emotion through a movie, and that's part of you know, the whole movie business is that's what we do.